Speech 3, inner city poverty and what we can do to help. Here's my audience. Did you know that 14 million children are living in the United States or officially in poverty? That's 19% of children who's alive right now. What's worse is that this number has been on a rise since 2000. According to the Federal Bureau, 25 million children are now living in poverty. I'm not a woman that attended college to understand inner city poverty, but I am a young woman who's passionate about making a change. Do you or anyone you know remember that one kid in school that just could not afford jeans and parents couldn't help? Perhaps you was that child. I'm not here to sell an infomercial about children who has no shirt on with a million flies buzzing around them. I'm just here to create an awareness of children in need, and they really need our help. I will touch on inner city poverty and the effects on children, how inner city poverty occurs, and what we can do to make a change. Poverty affects the children outcome through many numbers of pathways, including poor Medicare health options, poor nutrition, poor home environments. That poor home environment will lead children to crimes and violence, and that's not good at all. Most children that live in poverty are subject to malnutrition than other children. Carey and Teagan 2006. Children in low-income homes will most likely suffer from a learning disability or physical health problems. The negative effects of poverty on children can especially be malicious and belittling to lives who don't deserve it. Brooke Gunn and Duncan, 1997. Different documents have stated that children who grow up in poverty suffer from worse outcomes than other children. This really affects the lives of extreme poverty and children who live below the poverty line. So that's about 15% of children who's in poverty will probably live in poverty for the next 10 years of their lives. Causes of inner city poverty. The article, The Causes of Inner City Poverty by Arthur Michaela B. Test claimed that there are 8 causes to city poverty. Human capital, interactions of culture and behavior, racial and gender discrimination, migration, economical shifts, and public policies. Dangerous growth or historical process. And historical process could be something like segregation. Inner city poverty is a reflection of inadequate human capital or labor, which forces children to be in low productivity neighborhoods where they're not able to get a good job or able to have bigger opportunities. Racial discrimination prevents a lot of children from achieving full potential. For an example, children that go to school in a more migrated sector of the city, they don't receive the books or the education as children do in a more suburb area or smaller communities. Public policy was actually created to help out inner city poverty, but at times it actually makes it worse. Things like highway constructions or public housing really affects poverty because you're causing a person to live in a community where there's no opportunities. They're forced to live in a poor community because you're providing them with homes, and that just isn't right. So what does this have to do with me? You think it has nothing to do with you? Poverty control on a local level. Among large cities, Dallas has the highest percent of teenagers ages 16 to 19 who has not finished school and will not graduate. Population Reference Bureau 2011. That's really close to home considering that we are in Dallas, Texas. Dallas Inner City Community Development Corporations have created recreational centers to create a stable and safe community here in Dallas, Texas. They have also developed educational programs so that youth can have entrepreneur skills to be construction workers, and many other jobs to help them out and give them better pay. This can be really good for Dallas. With business opportunities the children it would create a better balance for our poverty level and create an economical shift and possibly intercultural exchange. Other local groups have come together to do benefits like giving coats to children. 400 coats was given to children at local DISD schools. which was Charles Rice Learning Center, Urban Property Elementary, and Pinkston High School. The other coats were given to 93% of the schools here in Dallas. That really makes a difference because a lot of children cannot afford jackets or their parents can't afford to go buy them any. And that's a big difference. It's a small contribution that really helps. According to the Dallas Justice Revival, a large pizza that costs $15 is enough to feed a family for an entire week. So the $15 that you use to go have fun or have drinks can be $15 given to a family to eat. In conclusion, and with this information that I have enlightened you on with your growing issues that many do not even know that's going on, knowledge is power. There's so much going on, and if we don't do something to stop it, then sooner or later we'll be living among the poverty level as well. Take the time out to understand what I've talked to you about. I've talked to you about the effects that inner city poverty have on children, the causes, and small things we can do to make a difference. For an example, this 12th pack of Gatorade can be given to children. It costs $3.48. $3.48 is enough money to feed a family or shelter a family for an entire month. Wow, that's awesome. Take the time out to visit your local city halls. Get in on the meetings. Make straightforward. Be aware. Be focused. Also, small things like time, community service hours, volunteering really makes a difference in these children's lives and to better them. Closing thoughts. You don't have to be a millionaire or a member of the city council to make a difference in children's lives. You don't even have to know how to vote, but the children are our future. And I thank you for your time.